Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Wait until this gets actually caught up out there. Ask somebody for an audio check. Make sure I be working. Hopefully. Good. Hey, it sounds like it's working. Morning, everybody. Let me get that muted. All right. How is everyone doing today? I'm trying a little different camera layout. Trying the, what do they call it? Phone layout, if you will. Let me know how that is. If that seems too awkward, I'll change it back up. But I thought we'd try something different today. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Zoe. I got to find a place to hang my patch up. Hang it up. Hang it up now. Hey, Mr. Nola Southpaw, how the heck are you today? So, let me get my handy dandy bag of goodness real quick. Look at that. It's just so falling out of there. There's so much crap in that pouch. It's nuts, dude. What I wanted to find. There, that one. So, I'm hanging out listening while I work on the spare room again. Yeah, that sounds like no fun. I mean, sounds like lots of fun. Where's the kitties? He's laying in the bed next to me snoozing. He was trying to get in my lap a minute ago. I didn't let him because I wanted to wait until this. So he'll be here. I'll make him make an appearance for you. So I printed out some of these 410 Lotto Lock replacement bodies. And Mr. Stu had one of these that actually came apart on him. The shackle popped out. I don't know if this broke or what happened. So I started looking around at some of the other ones that are out there. And I found this one, which is a 4-pinner, a little bit bigger, or 4-screw rather, to lock it together. But in this one, it's not rattle-proof. Not rattle-proof. So you can still overturn it and dump the pins out. So I'm probably going to take that model. I'm going to steal their model. And I'm going to build up the backside here around that so that you can't, if you do overturn it, the pins can't fall out. And then I might print a couple of these out and try these out and see if they're better. Kind of like the look, but it is a bit bigger, a bit blockier. Has to be in order to support the 4-screw setup instead of the 2-screw. Don't know if it'll lock things in better or not, but I'm going to give that a try, see how it goes. I'm tinking, guys. We might have to do a giveaway today. I'm not exactly sure what that giveaway will be. Yes, please hit the like button. It might be one of these titanium sets that I've got. It might be the uber polished. I mean, look at that. Like a hunkin' mirror set that I've got here. Don't know. We'll see. Depends on how many people we get in here today. We have people in here worth it? Not worth it. You guys are all worth it. I mean, look at this right now. 16 people it says watching. So that's awesome. Hit the like button, please. Comment, subscribe if you're not. Throw in the chat. Get involved. Let me know if you have any questions. Lockpicking questions, pick questions, general questions. Just want to BS. Just want to give us a hard time. That's what we're here for. The other thing we'll hit on early on. So I worked on a deep dogleg design. This was my initial design there. And then Broke Picks and I did a bunch of testing and work. And we decided to change it up a little bit. And there's the new one. So if you compare these two, you can see we changed where the neck is at, changed the swoop quite a bit, and made it a considerably deeper hook. I mean, it is a deep hook. But that sucker, let me just zoom down in on my lock here. Come on, I know you can do it. You know, it's weird. If I zoom in even closer, it'll probably focus. But I can go in, like on a lock like this. And what's nice with that swoop is you can really bring the tool up and then arch your way in to the lock. But I can bring that all the way back to the very back pin. I don't know why I'm not getting in there today. There we go. And I can lift that very back pin of this lock and not touch anything. So they work really well. I've got the first run of these in production right now. Hopefully, we'll have them up on the site next week. If you think you have the need for a deep hook, the other thing we did, same with all of mine now, has the 25 thousandths on one side and metric on the other side. So, yeah, like I said, if you are a deep hook fan, these are a deep hook. I've used them quite a bit. I've been able to get these in and out of just about every lock I've got. I think I only found one lock that had too tight of a keyway, and that was a Abus. Man, like I don't know how tiny that thing is. It's like the smallest Abus I've ever had. That thing is little. I don't think I have it down here. I don't think I brought it. Yeah, it's upstairs. But it is a little bitty tiny thing. And even with that, I mean, and Broke said the same thing. He's able to get in and out of everything. So wonderful. Can't thank him enough for the collaboration and helping me out with that. Life is good in the hood, folks. Life is good in the hood. And then the other thing I still have out there, my bags for organizing all those locks. I'm able to put like 10 of these full-size locks in that one bag and still zip that thing shut. Velcro extends all the way out on the new ones. So you can put labels on them to identify what's in there. There you go. There's my sales pitching for the day. I do want to see. Let me see if I can share this because I wanted to show you guys something that kind of blew me away. All right. I know you guys are all familiar with our good friends over here at 44 Delta. So that's where I don't like this. I'm going to change this up real quick. Hey, Orgus, how are you? Not of it. Oh, I can't change my orientation. Look at that. That's outstanding. Anyway, 44delta.com, guys. Man, beautiful products, beautiful stuff. Can't believe these guys, or can't talk about these guys enough. I have some of these Sarcos from my Ridgeback set. Amazing handles. I have the Sangra EZs, which are for the multi-pick and Southern Specialties. Work for the dog legs. Amazing handles as well. I have one of these core holders, Eurovice holders. Love that little thing. That thing is handy as could be. Hey, good morning, Dean P. How are you? I have some of their plug spinners. It's just, they make amazing, amazing stuff. His engraved locks, beautiful work, incredible stuff. Now, here's the part that I thought was crazy. Be sure to check out your friends, right? You hit this, look at who is in that list. I don't know. I did not ask him. I didn't talk to him. That is incredible to see that on there. And especially in the company that I've got on here. Digby Lock and Tool, Bare Bones, Jimmy Longs, LS High Security Locks. And to have me showing in that list, man, that was incredible for me to see that. So there's that. Just had to share. By the way, pinned in the chat is the link. If anybody feels like hopping on and having a chat, come on in. The water's fine. I promise I don't bite. I might nibble, but I don't bite. Here's one of the things that I'm still battling. The lovely Medico Biaxial. This lock is going to be the death of me, I am telling you. And it's all because of one pin. If you can believe that garbage. I've been picking away on this thing. And I can put in 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Pick the lock. Put 4 in there. Good frickin' luck. So I've been practicing and playing with it. And I just don't know what to think of this amazing piece of engineering. It is. It's truly an amazing lock. It's really cool. Currently, I only have 2 pins in it. Right now I have pin 1 and I have pin 4 because I'm working my way through trying to learn that pin 4. There's an open with those 2. But I can't consistently get that open. It's driving me nuts, dude. Nuts, I tell you. Man, look at that. We went from it saying there were 16 people watching to 6. I must really suck. But yeah, this thing is driving me bonkers. I don't get it. Right? Did you ever get your Medico, Dean? Have you gotten it open all the way? That's the part that gets me, right? Is even if I only have pin 4 in it, just 1 pin, I struggle to open it with that 1 pin. All the rest of the pins I can work with. That 1 drives me insane. Absolutely bonkers, dudes. I've been trying a lot of different pick types, styles. Hey, Nick's Picks is in the house. How are you, sir? Oh, I'm going to get into this kit. Grab me. You guys know how much I love my reach tools. I'm lazy like you and slept in. I'd have to look at it again. This is a Medico biaxial. So it's one of those you got to rotate pins. And pin 4 has 2 wafers in it. One of them goes on the down or with the key pin, and one goes with the driver pin. So it's quite amazing. I thought about removing that top wafer, but I don't think the wafer's the issue. It's just a booger to find the right set on that particular pin. And so it's driving me nuts. I am all good and wonderful over here, Mr. Sir. How the heck are you? Yeah, tasty lock. Yeah. It's one I've been working on for my purple belt for my second lock. And it is kicking my booty. So there is that. Gotta love it. What do you guys think of this orientation? Is this better if you guys are watching on phones? I'm sure it is better. I like the other one I'm doing because it's just easier for me to see what I'm doing. But, you know, that's me. That's just me being petty. This is probably better for more people to be able to watch because a lot of people do watch YouTube from their phones, not from computers. You know, not everybody's like me. See what I mean? I just can't get consistent. Even with just 2 pins in there, I struggle to get consistent openings on this lock. I will say the dog leg has been very, very useful in this lock. It actually rotates those pins and works quite well. But I suck at this lock. We got it. Saying you slept in, Wild Billiam. So what time is it where you are at? Mountain Mick, good morning, sir. Yes, it's driving my nuts. Yeah. You got that exactly right. They're not impossible to pick. I've watched a lot of people do it. I'm just not sure that I'm one that'll ever get there. But by God, I'm determined, yes. I took a break from it for about 2 weeks. just because it was driving me nuts. That's a funny one, Mr. Nick Spakes. Are we up with the dad jokes already this early in the morning? 10 a.m. in Cincinnati. Yeah, it's 8 a.m. here. 3 p.m., Mr. Orgus. Oh, there we got another open on it. So I want to get where I can consistently do that. Then I'll move on and I'll add another pin, work through that one, add another pin, work through that one. Yeah, I've watched a couple of his videos on this thing. Tried to do a little playing, a little learning, and I've learned a lot. And like I said, with this stupid lock, I can put in pin 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, and I can pick this thing open. As soon as I had pin 4, man, all bets are off. It just all falls apart. Hell, I even went down to having only pin 4 in here, and it took me, I don't know how many tries to get the dang thing to open just with one pin. You're here all week. That's good. Gotta love a good dad joke. You know, good tacky garbage just to screw with people's heads. Well, this particular one, Dean, I don't even remember who it got it from, but it's all grub screwed on the top end. So it's very, very easy for me to progressive pin it and work on it. So that's the main reason I'm doing it. So here's one thing I'll ask you guys. See if anybody knows. You see this clip? It's not a traditional C-clip on the back of this thing. Now, I know when I do this for my video, once I get it all figured out, I need to be able to gut that lock. How the hell do you remove that clip? I haven't been able to figure it out. I don't know how it works. Persistence is just being stubborn with success at the end. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I like progressive pinning, and that's part of why I bought these from Sparrows. So I bought their progressive pin set that came with 2, 3, 4, and 5 pin. But it's got a full stack in there, so I can change it up and I can go to a full. And the key is full as well. So these will be great for training as I put on some training classes and courses. And then as people get better at these, well, I change them up. I can still leave it 2, 3, 4, and 5, but I can move it to 2, 3, 4, and 5 security pins. Okay, I'll do that, Mr. Nola. Yeah, I've never seen one like that. It's not open anywhere. It goes all the way around the lock. It's a complete circle. And then it's got kind of a flat cut edge on each edge of it. There's got to be a way to do it. I'm just not exactly sure what that is. I should be using my core holder. That's a possibility, Mr. Billiam. That's a very good possibility that you just got to take it off and then reform it later. It is pretty soft because I did look at trying to see if there was a way to lift around a corner, and it bends up pretty doggone easy. So that might be exactly what it is, but I wanted to make sure I understand it before I do it so I know I can get it back together. But, at the rate this lock is going with me, I've got a long time. More cool goodies from Nick Matlack, who sent the McTicklers and Mark Slimline Grub. Beautiful. I did get an email the other day on that, who was it who sent those out? Where they were sending out those defective Peterson picks that I have one of those on the way. So that'll be kind of cool. Kind of interested to check it out. Yeah, from Door and Lock Tips. So, kind of curious to try one of those out. I've heard they're pretty good picks. I just have never, kind of on the pricey side for this poor dude, but Getting in touch with Dean later for a swap out. Yep, lock tipping tools. Yeah. So I'm kind of curious to check it out, see what I think of that pick. Like I said, I've heard they're good picks. I've just heard he can be a bit of a pick. But hey, right? I have brain farts all the time. The older I get, the worse they get. God, I'm going to have to just set this lock aside again. I'm telling you, this thing is the absolute bane of my existence. I've been fighting and fighting and fighting with this thing. And then I got to take a little break, and then I'll come back and fight with it some more. And then I'll fight with it some more. And then I'll fight with it some more. Yeah. All right. Right? Who used your video for an ad, Mountain Mick? Yeah. You're a Sparrows fanboy 100%, aren't you? I'm not gonna diss on the quality of the lock picks. I'm just not a fan of those single layer handles. I'm actually getting ready to start trying to play around a little bit, see if I can design a 3D printed handle to be able to snap onto those to give them a little bit more grip. Oh, very nice. You got two of them, huh? Oh, door lock and tips used one of your videos. Cool. I need to check out some more of their content. I really haven't done a lot of looking over on their page at all. This has rapidly become one of my favorite little go-to pick locks. It's a Master 570. It's kind of like an 1100, but it's one pin shorter, so it's 5 pins instead of 6. It's dead shackle, dead core. What do they currently use for their steel? Do you know there, Mountain Mick? I don't remember if I've probably seen it on their site. I just don't remember what it was. Let's see. I mean, they feel like they're nice picks. I mean, I like the quality of them. They feel good. I just don't prefer that thin handle. It's still, you're not getting them till Monday. I kind of thought that from when I looked at the tracking. I figured that was yours because I had a Delbert's email in there, but a different name it was going to. So, good morning, Mr. Delbert. How the heck are you? See, I can't pick open a 410, but I can do this one. And it's really fun. I've really gotten to where I really enjoy picking this lock. Come on. It's just a fun little lock to play with. Oh, yeah, that's right. Cold Max or something. Isn't that what they call it? Cold Max steel, whatever the heck that is. I've done a lot of research on the different steels, and I cannot find any such thing as Cold Max steel. Nobody has any clue what the heck that means. They're trying to rate it and say that it's about the same hardness as the full hard. Full hard or high yield, whichever one's the harder. That's what they're kind of claiming. And like I said, they feel like nice strong picks. I'm just not a fan of the single layer handle. Is my big issue. But get ready for your sister's baby shower. Well, congratulations, and have a good time with that. I have a wedding to go to. I do plan on doing a giveaway. Not sure exactly when during the video we'll do that. I got to see what we should do for a giveaway. I want to keep one of these for myself. But here's a set of the flat end titanium rakes, wave rakes, a quad and a quint. They have been anodized blue. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Come in these beautiful little cases. Here are these. Another set, titanium. These have the twisted handle. They've got a little different grip to hold on to those. Yeah, I've never heard of it either. Never heard of it. So I have those. Those are both titanium sets. Beautiful stuff from over at Southern Specialties. I have this entire pick set, and I don't know if you guys can see that. Look at that mirror polish finish that Aaron put on these babies. I mean, it's just beautiful. You've got an offset half diamond, quad rake, quint rake, and a reach tool, all engraved with my logo on there and polished to a mirror shine. And it also has double-ended turning wrench and a nice little twist head bottom of keyway wrench. So which one do you think, guys? Which one should go today? Top 5 winners get the privilege of sending $100 to NOLA. That sounds like a deal and a half, man. If I knew how to do some kind of a poll on here, I would do a poll on here. But I don't know how to do a poll. How do you do a poll? Hey, there, I can create a poll. All right. How do we create a poll? Add option. There we go. Twist titanium. Oh, I should just do that. Can I just get rid of one of those? We'll do it like this, guys. We'll start the poll. There you go. Which one should we give away? Flat titanium, twist titanium, whichever one of those goes away. I'm keeping the other one, just so you know, because I want to set. Mirror set. Which one twists somebody's fancy today? Can't wait to get your hands on them. Yeah, right. I'm excited for you to get them, see what you think of them. Like I said, next week I should have the deep hooks in stock and ready to roll. I have been very blessed with what I've got for picks, honestly. And the twist titaniums are winning the lead pretty quick and hot and heavy. 50% of you have picked that. And they are. Those are two very, very beautiful tools, I'm not going to lie. Oh, now we're tied. We're tied for the twist titanium or the flat titanium. You guys are going to make me flip a coin. Yeah, I love the titanium stuff. I also have a set of these double-ended Z-bars. I think that's what you call these, right? Z-bars? These were custom made for me by Mr. Aaron. Got a full set in titanium, 4-piece set. I love those things. They are amazing. Amazins. Amazaballins, man. Incredible stuff. And so light. It is just incredible to me. I mean, not that any of these are real heavy in that, but these are the Law Lock tool set there, and that's the. See, and I don't know if you can see the detail on those. See if I zoom in if I can grab it. So I did that nice cross checkering for the grip down it. Engraved the size up here at the top. I mean, they were just absolutely beautiful. I tried to talk him into producing those so I could sell them for him, but he said they're too much work. Oh, well. Well, we're back with the twist titanium winning. 50%. We'll give that a couple more minutes here, see if we get a couple more people in here before we move forward with that. Figure out how we want to draw for that goodness. Let's see. And I like these Law Lock ones too, because you've got the Law Lock tools written on it. 1 millimeter on this end, and then it has the American sizing on the other side, the inch. 0.039 inch. These are amazing tension tools. I really can't say enough about those. You're from West Virginia and deserve a second vote. We vote early and often, right? Do you have your absentee ballot? I'll make sure to stuff it in the box. Yeah, let's do it that way. See, there we go. Let's hit this thing. This is an American 5200. We'll hit that with that deep hook. See if we can make our way through it with that. Yeah, I love the cross hatching that he did on there. They're beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Man, now we're back to a tie. Somebody's just out there, Nola, you out there just flopping votes back and forth just to keep them in a tie. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, I like the titanium stuff a lot. They did that with your medium hooks, and it took me on. With the sizing being on there in metric and standard. Yeah, it was something I asked him to do because I've been trying to work out a way to be able to sell them over in Europe, and that's one comment I have is, why don't you have them in metric? So I thought, well, let's just do both. One on one side, one on the other. So that's where we moved it up to, and I like it. I like that it has both. Makes it nice. I'm wanting to get a hold of a decent enough power supply. I have one here, but it's not big enough so that I can start doing some of that color anodizing on some parts and tools and crap. And I'm looking at wanting to get a laser engraver so I can do some of my own laser work, do some lock work, crap like that. I think that would be rather fun. Yeah, I love the titanium stuff. Link is tagged up there. If anybody feels like joining, hop on in. The water's fine. And then I've got this amazing set that I won from Mr. Nick's Picks. Can't thank you enough, man, for that log lock tool set. That stuff is incredible. I did go buy handles from 44 Delta. He refers to them as a sarcophagus because they almost look like a Egyptian sarcophagus shape. Handles are unbelievable. These things are amazing on these picks. Those are a wonderful pick set. Oops, man, I'm throwing crap all over the place. What the heck, dudes? So I've got too much crap on my desk. That's what the problem is. Too much crap on my desk. Right? I don't need a better lab space. I've got a pretty decent one. I just need to take the time to get down here and truly clean it and organize it because it is a disaster. Now here, I will give you guys the tour. Let me change cameras. Webcam. So here you can see my crappy mess. There's my awesome cup. But look at the mess I've got. I've got crap back there. I've got crap. Well, I've got my wall board. And then you come through here. There's my mat. And then just look at, I've just got crap piled everywhere. Everywhere, I tell you. And since we're at it, there's a kitty cat snoozing. Yeah, pretty cool crap. Oh, not that one. Good grief, what am I doing? USB zoom camera. Get back to the right camera. There. Yeah, I've got the 3D printer, and that's where I've been making, printed out some of these 3D bodies. I sent a few of these to Stu, although he had one of these break. So I'm trying to look at the design on that to see what can be changed. Then I found this one, which is a 4-screw version that might be a little bit better. It's a little bit more robust inside of here. The only thing with the current design of this one is it is not rattle proof. So I might take this design, modify it, and I'll publish it back out there. But add a shelf in there. I got to find out what size screws will fit for this thing. But modify that up so that it's rattle proof. Because I kind of like the look of that one. It's kind of nice. But it is quite a bit bigger than the previous model. It's a little bit thicker as well. So there is that. There is that. And there's that piece of trash. Driving me nuts lock too. They had this one down at DEF CON at the one pick booth. Or no, it wasn't DEF CON. It was a Black Hat, but similar enough. It's a Chinese clone of an 1100. I mean, the key even looks like an 1100 key. It is a pain in the butt to pick because it is so out of spec. I mean, the tolerances in this thing are absolute dog trash. Most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life. So even a regular 1100, like for the, well, it's 5200, same thing, same core. The key fits in to this lock. So I mean, it's the exact same keyway. But man, the pinning in there is just absolutely disgusting. So let's see, where are we at? All right, we are tied between flat titanium and twist titanium. So I guess I will get to do an Ace 1100 clone. I guess I haven't seen that one. I have to look for that. I don't know. I got in trouble from the wife the other day for all of my locks. She saw I ordered another lock. I got chewed out for it. I ended up sending it back. I ordered a lock. You know, I guess I pulled what my wife generally does. I was looking for a dimple lock to use as a practice lock to help me learn more. I only have one little dimple lock, and then I have a insanely difficult dimple lock. And so I went on Amazon and I found this dimple lock. It was an Abus. I was like, yeah, that looks like that'll be a nice lock. I'll order that one. Dear Lord, dude, I have never seen such a tiny dimple lock in my life. I have one that I think I ended up keeping. Yeah. Look at that. Look at how tiny that lock is. And that's a dimple lock. It is absolutely teeny weeny cute thing. But I can't use it because I can't use the picks that I have to pick it. And then I turned around a few days later and I ordered another lock to use with my disc detainer pick that I got from Sparrows. I sent that one back. I was able to return it. This one I couldn't return without shipping it to Japan or China or something. Not worth sending back. It was the same size as this disc detainer lock. Again, tool wouldn't fit, so I couldn't do anything with it. Yeah, it is. That is a crazy little keyway in there. I'm thinking maybe with like this. Let's see which one. This one. Maybe with this half diamond, I can try and get in there and pick it, but we'll see. Project for another day. Right? I like trying out these different brands and different things. I got these law locks. I love those. I've got a set of Mokes that currently are with Broke Picks, so you can try them up. Those things are amazing. I love the Moke Picks. Incredible stuff. Love my dog legs, of course. Love all things Sparrows. I have a bunch from Sparrows, or I love Southern Specials, I should say. I have a bunch from Sparrows. I bought one more of their ones with the artwork on it, just to have for the collection, right? I really like the look of those. I think they're beautiful picks. I don't really like trying to use them. I don't like the single layer leather, or handles, rather. Just isn't comfortable. And especially those wide ones, there's really no way to really properly use them. I don't want to mess up the artwork on them. They're for display more than anything. So they are what they are. What? Man, I might have to hop out of here for just a second to go let my dog out. He's down here pitching a fit. Anybody want to hop on with me? Keep the crowd entertained while I'm away? Bueller? Bueller? Really? He stopped shipping to the U.S., huh? Yeah, I've got that minimalist set, and man, I tell you, you talk about some monster badass picks. All right, guys, I need to step away for 2 minutes. Go let the pup out. Since nobody wants to hop in and entertain you, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, the tariffs can be a nightmare. That's like, I don't know, I've been talking with Multipick about some things, and they want me to ship them some stuff to look at. And even without the tariff side, god dang, that's expensive. Should be pinned at the top of the chat there, Mr. Mountain Mick. I pinned it, the link. See, this lock is just horrible, horrible lock. I'm telling you, horrible. The guy's like, oh, it's easier than 1100. And I'm like, I'll take an 1100 to pick all day, every day over one of these stupid sepox or whatever they call it. Locks. It is the most horrible feedback in there. I mean, seriously, my Harbor Freight lock has better feedback and feel than this thing does. So, let's see. Where are we at? We got 9 people on here. We lost a few. We lost a few. We're in a tie between flat and twisted. Picks. If you're not finding it up there, Mr. Mountain Mick, I can send it to you over in Discord. So I guess I'm going to have to be the tiebreaker. You know, some of their stuff I hate, Dean. Some of it I hate. I will agree with you. Some other things, like I went down there and I picked up, let's see, a 3-pack of these little things. And I really enjoy these. The feedback, man, the pin sets are so crisp. To me, these are a wonderful lock to train a new person on because it just, it's incredible. I sent it to you, Mr. Mountain Mick, over in Discord as well. So I actually really enjoy these particular U.S. General locks. They've been a lot of fun. The great big one, the coronet thing is absolute dog trash. But the nice thing is the American 1100 core drops right in. So you end up with a pretty darn nice lock pick or a pretty nice pick out of that. This is about the only. Yeah, go hit the one and put in Discord.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How the heck are you?
I'm doing well, Greyhound. I'm
Oh, what the heck?
rolling
I
down
was
the
going to say
road
you're
in a
rolling down the
car.
road,
Yes, sir.
dude.
I'm not driving.
Going anywhere fun?
No. Just riding around my hometown with Vic here. He's got rent to make today, so I'm just hanging out with him.
I gotcha.
I have
I
my
gotcha.
I have all my everyday carry stuff with me, but I didn't bring any locks because I wasn't expected to pop in here today.
Yeah, I don't usually pack locks all the time with me, but once in a while.
The last
Especially
3 days I've had a bag with me.
with these little sparrows, I can just drop one of those in my pocket and have it with me and play. So, have you heard any more out from those guys on when you're going to get your ink?
Yeah, I had an email with them earlier yesterday. Um, I got my birth certificate being mailed to me like at the fastest speed possible, and they're doing the Rocka Locka planning right now. But they're supposed to be nailing down something as far as travel plans for me, either in the country or crossing the border. They haven't decided yet, but they're still going to get me to get a passport for the future. So we will
Wow,
see.
very cool.
I'm stoked about it.
Yeah, there were some nice guys when I was visiting with them down at DEF CON. I enjoyed talking to them.
Yeah, I was stoked about that too. I saw
Yeah.
those hands. I saw those hands and heard that voice, and I was like, "Wait a second."
Yeah, and it was pretty comical. They were giving me crap for saying I thought I could open those locks in 30 seconds. And honestly, if I could have used my tools, I could have had it open in 30 seconds.
I believe you
But
completely.
I've got to tell you, because they weren't tough locks at all. There we go. But the thing that really got me was the raking was all right. But the single pin, I was using one of their picks with that full rubber handle on it. And I don't know, have you used any of those yet?
That's the only ones I have, except for my monkey paw that's etched.
Man, to me, the feedback is so horrible because that handle just absorbs it out of the pick. You can't feel squat.
Well, I use them for bullying stuff a lot, and
Oh,
I keep a finger down on the edge of the shaft. But I'll agree with you as far as feedback through the rest of the handle.
well,
When I
the rubber handle goes up the shaft on into the neck. So
some people. Some of mine don't have that. Some people cut them off a little bit so they can still feel it there.
yeah, because man, it just absorbed the feedback out of there. It was terrible.
I hadn't noticed it as much until I first held a Jimmy Long's pick, and I was almost terrified by the instant feedback jump up. It was a good thing, but
Oh man,
it was shocking to me.
yep, absolutely. You are absolutely right there.
And the way I hold the pick, it kind of rests all the way down my index finger up to the knuckle here. So it's always pinched between there, and definitely in something with
Yeah.
feedback through the handle, I get a lot of extra stuff coming through there.
See, I'm usually holding it about like that, and I usually have one finger down here on the neck, and then between all of that, man, I can really feel what's going on. But with those, I couldn't feel a damn thing. It was just
Yeah, I spend a lot of time holding it the way that you're showing there, and that extra finger on the neck is the reason that I'm getting the feedback out of my sparrows. But I definitely think that if they moved to a wider, flat, all metal handle like the monkey paw that's etched, and then added a nice magnetic handle upgrade,
Yep.
I'd be way more on board for that. I'm trying to convince them to do something like that, so we'll see.
Yep. And that's one thing that really surprised me with the 44 Delta 3D printed handles is you still get an insane amount of feedback through the handle. That material or something about it, it
Oh,
really clicks its way through those handles.
I've been wondering about that because I do like the covert stuff that I've got, but I'm not a fan of those little popsicle ones. And I've been wanting the cloaks for them for a while, and I was hoping that that was going to be what they felt like. I've heard a lot
Yeah,
of good things. I'm looking
I've
forward to
got
trying them out.
I've got their handles on my dog legs here as well. Now that they have ones that actually fit them better, I bought some of their cloak
Awesome.
handles, and they fit, but the pick could slide back and forth just a little bit in there, and it kind of impedes it a little bit, but it works. But now that they
Yeah.
have ones that actually fit it, yeah, they're great, and the feedback is still surprisingly good. So
Yeah, I'll have to look into getting some that'll fit my dog legs because it'll definitely be nice to have them on there.
but I would take that popsicle handle over that single layer on the sparrows any day. I hate the single layer.
Really?
Yes, I hate it with a
Interesting.
passion.
Yeah,
I
I think that differs from person to person. I prefer the
it,
larger wide flat myself, but the popsicle
no,
isn't horrible. I like it on certain ones, but I got to be honest with you. In either case, I'm a handle snob. I'm gonna want that upgrade immediately.
no, you get those, and even the wide flats. I have two of them here in front of me. Hate it. Hate using them. Love the look for the artwork that's on them, but I can't stand using them. They're just too
Yeah,
thin for my hands. They just don't work well.
I
But
understand
that's
that.
why you've got 5 million brands out there, right? You can find the ones that fit you and do what you want. But
Absolutely.
I'm going to try and design up a handle for those sparrows, a 3D printed handle, and
I would
see what I.
like them to make it a little thicker if it's a single, and then maybe even make it longer, like a law lock shank has on it.
Yeah, yeah, Law Lock or the Mokies.
Yeah, the Moki's Explorer set is what I'm hoping to get for Christmas for myself.
Yeah, I've got the minimalist set.
Yeah, they all look great.
Yep.
I'll tell you, it's the lime green handles that really got me on it bad. I'm a Kawasaki fan, so the moment I saw those lime green scales, I was already interested. And those big meaty handles, I'm a pretty large handed man, so double XL paws on the little Irish kid, I'm definitely going to try to get some of those
Yep.
cloak styles added to anything I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you completely there. No, those are really sweet picks. I really enjoy those. Although I really like in this Law Lock set, especially after I got handles on them, because again they're just single layer picks. So if I'm using them without that, like one of these, to me, I'm trying to hold on and use that, and I just don't like it. It just isn't comfortable for me.
Yeah, comfort's a major thing for anybody when it comes to your pig.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody who's newer on Reddit last night, and they had just got themselves some cloaks, and I think they had the Genesis set, but they had got some cloaks for it, and they were amazed at how much more practice time they were getting in because of it.
Oh
I
yeah.
was telling them, yeah, that's a big move.
Yep. You can pick for a lot longer with that.
I completely agree. I'm able to accomplish more and learn more when my hand doesn't have a big blister on it.
Yep.
I'm sorry to anyone in the chat. Since I loaded up on Restream, I cannot see what you guys are saying the way my phone is at the moment. I just wanted to
Oh,
hang
let's
out.
see. Dean P says he usually carries some picks, but not any locks. He wants Sparrow to make a disc detainer pick that'll work on an abloy. And he said he agreed. He said you need to be able to feel the shaft in order to get the proper feedback out of it. Delward Alexander said my buddy is a fabricator and is working rigging side by side is that color. Yeah, I The last motorcycle that I had, I actually just got rid of it last year. That was a Kawasaki.
With my buddy. It's okay.
I liked it. That was a nice bike. But
Oh,
my wife's got a hurt back, so she's not able to go out and do any riding. And
oh, that's a bummer.
so really the only time I ever got to ride it was just riding it out to work and back. And she didn't like me being out. Our highway that goes out to where my work is at is the most dangerous highway in the state of Wyoming. So
Yeah,
she and I not be out there in a motorcycle. And it's almost every single day I drive to work, I'm getting passed in no passing zones with my great big service trucks. And I mean, it's just
yeah. I'm on the
insanity.
other end of the spectrum. I was riding around West Palm on sport bikes, and I'm basically lane splitting on the highway, going down the HOV lane when there's traffic blocking everything,
Yeah.
lane splitting and all of that stuff. And my wife actually met the first day we met. She wanted to ride and got on the back of the bike, and I've been in love ever since.
Yeah. Oh, I love riding. It's just since that was really, it's not like I'm going to take off and leave the wife for a weekend to go ride in the Black Hills or the mountains or whatever.
Oh,
So
me either.
it
If I
didn't feel
can't
like a
take her
reason
with
for me to
me,
have a bike anymore at that point because I just wasn't using it.
I'm with you there. If I can't take the old lady with me, there's no point going.
You have tiny hands for your height, and you can pick for hours with the popsicle handles and be fine. Yeah, I can pick with the popsicle handles a heck of a lot better than I can the single layer. The single layer, it just doesn't work for me very well. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't exactly have the smallest of hands out there. Well, there's my hand, and there's the dog leg pick in my hand. So there's not a
Right.
whole lot there.
I was pretty surprised with that new Peterson pick. It's about the same size as a popsicle in my hand, and I was amazed at how comfortable it was for me to use something that size in a
Yeah,
different handle.
yeah. I'm looking forward to get it just to check one out.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
Yeah. All
I have
right. Well,
I, I
yeah.
have to admit I was a little blindsided by that last commercial that he made. I didn't realize he was going to use some of my footage, but I don't mind.
I haven't gone and looked at any of his content yet. I need to go look the guy up. That
He's a
that was
cool
that
guy.
block and tool company. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he's local to me in North Carolina, and he's a locksmith. So any help that I can give him is fine with me.
Yep.
I don't know Peterson or have any affiliation with them, but I was just really trying to help him out. Nothing else.
I know a couple different people that have been affiliated with Peterson in the past, and yeah. Hey, Newhouse, how are you?
Yeah, I've heard some mixed things myself. I'll just leave it at that.
Yep, me too. All right. Well, I think it's about time to maybe look at doing that drawing.
Sounds good, Graham. I'm probably going to
So,
jump back off here so you can run your show. I just wanted to pop in and say
yeah.
hello because I've
Well,
always said I would.
appreciate
I'll
it.
be more than happy to jump back in when I have my picks and locks with me, sir. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So the flat titaniums are now 50%. Twist titanium 38. So it looks like flat gets it. I am doing wonderful, Mr. Newhouse.
Sounds
All
great.
right.
I'm hopping back in the chat, guys.
All right. Talk to you later, man. Thanks
Later,
for dropping in.
Greyhound. Thank you for having me, sir.
All right. You might do a live after this one. Beautiful. All right. So the winner in the poll ended up being this flat titanium blue anodized rake set in a case from Southern Specialties. So, how do we do this? Yep. 8 votes. All right. So that I know who we have on here that wants in on this thing, how about you throw a hashtag flat in the chat, and that way I can add you in there. And we'll just throw some names in. You win by default. Yeah, Nola, you always think you win by default. I'm telling you. Appearance. Apply theme. Wheel background. Do 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 do. We'll go with that one. All right, let's see. Who do we have over here? Flat. Dean P. Delbert. Wild. Billiam. Nola. No multiple names. Yeah, right? No hopping in here. All right. Is that all we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. No alternate accounts. Come on, man. Come on, man. Be kind. Rewind. Ooh, man, that ages a guy, doesn't it? That ages a guy. All right. Anybody else? Want in on the titanium flats giveaway? Quad and quint rake. Blue anodized. Mr. Newhouse. I need to get with you on maybe doing a little tool swapping. Man, I'm so old. I remember the days when you went to rent your video and you had to rent the player to go with it. Remember that? Yep, renting the machine. Make sure you rewound before you brought it back. Every once in a while, you'd get a machine that had just been hailed on and it would just eat the video. That sucked. All right. All right. I think we've got what we're going to get. We've got 10 people watching. Anybody else still wants in on the giveaway? Hashtag flat. I'll give you another minute or so, and then we're going to kick off and run with it. Right? The separate rewind box. I remember those. Yep. Yep. I remember beta tapes. Yep. Oof. Good God, I'm old. All right. Let me go back over here. Let's do this. Oh, screen share. Hopefully you guys can see all of this good stuff. I don't want to be over there. Go away. Fine. Stop sharing. It's not what screen I wanted. Had beta when you were like 5. Yeah. All right, we'll go right here. Allow. Now, if I change this, do you guys see the spinny wheel? No, because it's only sharing that screen. You really do suck, don't you? All right, let's go back over here. There we are. All right, spinny wheel. Nintendo. 46 in 3 weeks. Man, you're young. You're young. All right. All right, here we are. Let's get it running. Let's see what we get. Last man standing. How's that? Don't have many. We only got 6 entries. Won't take long. Nola's booted. Ooh. I got to change that out. Cheering the people getting kicked out. How terrible is that? Dean P. Out of here. Got a few other things for some giveaways as well. I have another pry bar from Mr. Newhouse. Newhouse. Sorry, dude. Delbert Alexander. All right, Wild Billiam and Mountain Mick. Nola won the lost game. You're right, it's rigged. It's rigged. Bigger than crap. All right, where are we going to go? Who is it going to be? Looks like it will be Mr. Wild Billiam. I don't know if you're on Discord or Reddit or wherever. Mr. Wild Billiam, give me a holler, and we will get it lined up and get that over to you. Go Billiam. Go Billiam. Yeah, yeah. Oh, dear Lord, I'm terrible. All right. Sweet beanies, dudes. Mr. Wild Billiam, you be the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. So give me a holler. Let's see. What else should we hack away on today? I still need to mess with this thing. I still have not figured out that stupid Miwa. But I haven't really taken the time because I've been trying to focus a lot on this adorable lock that I can't stand anymore because it's turning into a horrible thing. Driving me nuts. Yeah. What else should we do? We got anybody that's newer in here? Anybody got any questions? This is the right crew to ask, right? It's a bunch of great people in the chat. If I don't have any answers for you, they probably do. Just don't ask me what the meaning of life is, so you may not like my answer. Oh, this lock, dude, this lock. Gonna make me cry. All right, sounds perfect there, Wild Billiam. We'll get you hooked up. Get you some stickers and other goodness sent your way as well. Let's see. The meaning of life is 42. Yeah, that was from a movie, right? Which movie was that? Something about the galaxy. Am I thinking right? Am I right on that, guys? Tell me the error of my ways. All right, that one's going in my kit. Don't forget a towel. Yeah, I really do like these lock tool tension wrenches. Yeah, my local preparedness group, we're lining up to do a table next summer at our local farmers market. I think we may even be doing a little bit yet this year with that. And then out at a gun show or two. So as we're setting that up, I'll probably have, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's what it was. I'll probably do a little lockpick setup out there, a little demonstration, bring with some of these practice picks that I've got so that people can hash on things. I haven't tried. Has anybody ever tried raking these Sparrows practice locks? I haven't tried. Well, I'll bring with some raking tools and sequential practice locks, and kind of introduce people to that. Probably have ham radios out there, do a little radio talk, good stuff like that. Yeah, I was kind of stoked. I got asked to be on a right. Just hit the like button. I did a trap league this year. God, lock. And doggone if we didn't get tied for first place. So we had to go do a shoot off. So we will see if I can win anything or if we won. I don't think so though, because when we went and did our shoot off, it was brutal. We had a rough night. We had done pretty darn good up to that point. Let's see. Let me grab one of these. Let me find. Which one do we want to try? We will try. Look at that keyway. We'll go with this one. And let's go with this beauty of a rake. See, I'm just not a very good raker either, so there's that. This thing only has 2 pins in it. Oh, look at that. I can't rake it. I can't rake it. I tell you, I can't. There, let's go try this one. Yeah, I haven't moved up to the black key in there yet. I've tried a couple different keys. I don't have the sidewinder. I have the cutaway, and right now I've got this with security pins in it. And the tolerances aren't exactly the greatest in here. I'm not going to say they're the greatest lock out there because they're not. And you put some security pins in there, and that thing's actually a pretty challenging pick, considering what it is. I've messed with that a little bit with my leashy. Yeah, I have never been a very good raker. I mean, look at this thing. I'm going like crazy, and I can't. And seriously, this thing has 2 pins. 2. You bricked your sidewinder and you can't get out of it, huh? Yeah, I've got the repainting kit. That's what I use quite a bit. The one I want to get into at some point here is I want to take and load it up with those chest piece pins. See how that goes. Well, the revolver, that's the one that's got like, 4 different sets of pins around it, and you can rotate around and hit each different one. Is that what I'm thinking? Is that right? I think. God, now I can't even pick the stupid thing even with that. I've seen that revolver. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. They've got some great training material. Like I said, their training stuff, their training locks and stuff, I really, really like. Yeah, I've typed a couple of pins out of there for a challenge lock before. Yeah, 4 different chambers. That's what I thought. You can rotate the same key for each one, but you're going to have different pins in each one. Yeah, it's a very cool setup. Cool design. Yeah. Yep. I have the standard. I have the chess. I've got a bunch of security pins because yeah, I did the same thing when I first bought this first lock. I bought the reload kit so that way I got their little pinning trays and the tweezers. Love the tweezers. That little mini pinning trays that they have in there are awesome. I was checking out their. Oh, that sucks. There's got to be a way to get in there though. I don't know how you do it, but see, look at that. This is why I say, it's they asked me before I did their challenge down there what how good of a picker I was, and I said, well, some days I feel halfway competent. Some days I get confused by a paperclip. Like look at this. I've gone through this and run through the 2 to 5 and just bang, 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 bang. Now today, I can't even open one of them. Let's go the other way. Let's tension the other direction. Yeah, I can open it if I go that way. Yeah, the reload kit is a great value. Honestly, this progressive pin set 2 to 5 for what is it, $20 for 4 locks for practice is outstanding. And again, you can repin it to whatever you want. They don't have to say 2 pin, 3 pin, 4 pin. Outstanding, I think. Great, great stuff. I love the cutaway because I can throw in the pins and I can zoom down in on that and show how the pins work, what's going on for a training tool, teaching tool. That's excellent. Really, really like that stuff. Really do. Like I said, it's just not my favorite when it comes to the picks. Some of their pick profiles are a little weird to me. Like I look at here's a half diamond and it works, but man, it's such a rounded off thing. Can you really call that a half diamond? I don't know. But these were handles that It's Tactical was selling. And I really like these on here because I can still grip it and I can still get up here onto the metal and get my feedback. And these are far nicer pick handles than what comes on their stuff. Just saying. But again, that's just me. That is just me. Your mileage may differ. But it definitely works. It zips. They zip very well. Yeah, their trainer stuff is really cool. Really good stuff. I'm just not sure. Like I said, not everything is for everyone, right? What do we got here? What's that one? Man, I've got kits laying all over the place. Oh, that's another set of deeps. But why am I missing one deep in there? I put that in there instead. Yeah, that's my deeps. I do have one spare set of deep hooks. So I got 3 sets initially for the testing. Broke has one. I have the other. I still kind of like the originals. They actually weren't bad either. Right? They had a lot of cool stuff. I really liked It's Tactical. That's where I got my leashy tools from, was from It's Tactical. Really like their stuff. That's they were the inspiration for the bags that I've got now because I loved the bags that they had. So I've got a company making those for me now. Hard Case Survival. Um, they do cost a little bit more than what's It's Tactical head, but they are American made with YKK zippers and a little better or bigger Velcro patch for labeling. Guess I haven't looked at the kickstart. Which one is what all comes in the kickstart? Is that what it comes with? Hook, offset, hybrid, CD rake, triple peak, and turners. So that's kind of like the tuxedo set, right? Because that's a tuxedo is this one. I think I have a couple out of here because they're in my other kit, but it's got a couple of short hooks, a short flat and a short round hook, and then the two rakes, and then the two different sets of turners. Yeah, and the 15,000s. Yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan of Velcro cases just because I don't like all the noise and racket. And Velcro never seems to last before it falls apart. But I do like their cases, and I do like how thin and flat that is. So it's easy to just throw in a little pack and take with you. That's pretty sweet. You just build your own. Do a pick, 475 for rubber grip handles. I'm not sure. What do you mean by that? Build your own what? The tuxedo is a rounded set for that cheap, more EDC if you ask me, and I agree on Velcro. I have the comp case, much nicer. Yeah, they've got some nice cases. They do. I was looking at some of their other cases down there again that they had with some of the other kits. And pretty dang nice stuff. Sit one pick at a time. Yeah. Yeah. You know. And that's where I do like this case from Covert Instruments. It doesn't hold a ton, but it's a nice little case to take with you, and with the Velcro or the magnetic closure, it is pretty slick. That's a nice little case. I do like it. I keep hearing about the SS Devs. I have never seen the SS Devs, never used them. I hear they're good, but I don't know. Never used them. The Turner set that is in the tuxedo set, and I think that's the same thing that was in the EOD set. I don't like those Turners at all. I'm not a fan. But I kind of like having different thicknesses rather than different widths of Turners. There we go. There's the 4-pinner. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying out a Reaper set. I really want the tension set for the Reaper kit to try out. Those look like pretty amazing tensioners. I wouldn't mind trying it. I have that case from Covert Instruments, and I have a tubular lockpick. That's the only things I even have that are Covert Instruments. I wouldn't mind trying out their picks because I hear they're pretty good. They are made by a German kind. A lot of the picks that you find from Tool, not all of them, but a lot of them, come from Southern Specialties. I haven't gone and looked at Tool recently to see what they have out there for stuff, but I was looking. They were selling a lot of Covert Instrument stuffs down at Black Hat at their table. Yeah, problem for me with the ergo turners was being left-handed. Yeah, see, these have that notch that you're talking about. Instead of teeth, it just has that one tooth at the bottom, and they really work. They work extremely well. They're nice. They're really nice tension wrenches. And then I know they have the southpaw ergo turners, which they're fine if you're on something like this that you can turn either direction. For regular padlock work, of course, they wouldn't work, but I wouldn't mind trying out the ergos and see what I think of those. Of course, I don't know. I've got these two now. This lovely one's from Southern Specialties that are being made for stew. Those are a really nice set of picks or tension wrenches. They did a very nice job on those. They feel pretty good. Feel nice in the hand. Feedback through them is pretty decent. Yeah, and they do have a so there's the 5. Yep, that's the 5-pin. And then this one is a 5-pin, but they're all security pins. And this one's just kind of a challenging. Yeah, I like these turners quite a bit, actually. I was never a big fan of these twisted handle ones, but I've kind of gotten to where I am more and more. I made my own, and it is pretty slim because I made it out of some windshield wiper insert. So it's fairly thin, narrow material, right? So if you take that and you compare that to that, you can see the difference in the material. But that kind of gives it a springy feel. I need to shorten the one end up. It's a little long. So it's got a lot of little flex in there. And it gives really nice feedback. Go out dumpster diving looking for windshield wiper inserts. My wife thinks I'm insane. I kind of agree with you. Having a wide selection of turners is a great, great thing because everyone's different and every lock is different as far as what you might want for a turner. This lock is a pita to pick to with those security pins in there. It's just, like I said, the tolerances are kind of sloppy. There's a couple of pins that really like to hang up. You can really overset quick and easy, but that's part of the fun of the game, right? That is. Yeah, that springy tensioner's kind of grown on me a little bit. Oh, that doesn't go in there. This goes in there. There. That's what I've been doing, hitting some of the auto parts stores, going through their trash cans. A lot of the windshield wiper blades anymore don't have the metal inserts in them anymore. So that makes it that much tougher. I don't know how many I pulled out of trash cans to look at and then ended up throwing them away because they were just plastic. I was like, well, I can't use that one. And then, Broke picks, he manages to find down wherever he's at ones that have nice wide, they're really wide metal strips in there. Everything that I tried, man, I'm not finding those. They're all these little skinny things, but they've been working pretty good. I've been using them to make tension wrenches for the pocket pick sets. So that way it has a second pick set in there. Yeah, scrapyard would be a good one. Find some old ones maybe. Yeah, crap. Yeah, you're right. Crap wipers, they aren't nearly as good anymore either. There's still some good ones out there, but boy, you will pay for them. And good morning, Mr. Mark Carter. How are you? Didn't see you sneak on in there. But yeah, I kind of like this one because of the spring. I've thought about changing it up kind of like that other one and make it a double twist, just because that way it'll fit in the case a little easier. I need to get my Dremel out in a wheel and polish off the edge because I didn't do a very good job. So you can see that end. It's got a bit of a notch and it's kind of chewed up. So I need to clean it up a little bit, but it works. I like it. I like making some of my own little tension wrenches out of different things that I find. It's kind of fun. I want to shorten up the one end of it a little bit too, so I'd have a one side more for a bottom and the other side for a top. I don't know. Did any of you guys see? We'll start some drama. Any of you guys see Sandman's video this morning? I have yet to find a street sweeper blade. I don't even know what the heck I'd be looking at. Anyway, he had a video this morning where he was talking about lockjaw manufacturing and the challenges they've been doing in these patches. And, they're doing all of that stuff out of the kindness of their heart, which is amazing, right? It's super cool. It's really neat. It's nothing they have to be doing. They do it for the fun of it, and it costs them money, right? They've got to pay to have all these made. They got to pay to mail them out. They're doing those awesome envelopes with the wax stamp seal on them. And there were some people that were throwing quite the fit because they didn't feel like they got them as fast as they should have, or they didn't get the right things included, or they didn't get any extras thrown in. Dude, it's a freebie from a company just doing it for fun. Relax, man. The way I looked at it, I did their video, I submitted it to them. If I didn't get anything from them, so what? I'm still having fun. Although it is cool. I like getting the patches. They're neat. But yeah, somebody was pitching a royal crap fit about it. Yeah, he got swag from someone and that pissed somebody else off, but he's also been a product tester for them for like 3 years. So yeah, they probably threw a little something in the package with for him. I get it. It happens, right? Occasionally when I pick stuff up out of Southern Specialties, I might get something extra thrown in there to use for a giveaway. They do that. But I'm also spending several $100s a month. Heck, the last order I placed with them was over $700. So there is that, right? So yeah, it's a marketing thing. It gets them out there. It keeps them relevant. People get to see a lot of other things. Yeah, and you didn't get any swag. Oh well. They didn't have to send anybody anything, right? They're doing this out of the kindness of their heart. And like I said, if they've got somebody that they've partnered with and that does a crap ton of work for them and product testing and reviews and doing whatever, yeah, they're probably going to throw a little something extra in every once in a while. That happens. It's not the end of the world, and it certainly isn't something that's worth somebody else throwing a fit about. And so I agree with Sandman on that one. Relax, because throwing fits like that is a good way for a company to say, that's it, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. It's not worth the headache and the hassle and having people do this crap. Right? You get Sparrow stuff and you're getting a tattoo from them. Haters going to hate, right? And they're going to say, well, you got stuff and I didn't get what. There's a difference, right? There is a difference. Right? All these other poor people that can't even get a patch. It's terrible. It happens. It's the way of the world, Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I didn't know if I was ever going to receive one or not, but I wasn't going to harass them and say, hey, where's my patch? Where's going on? If I don't get it, I don't get it. But I got it, and I really like this one. I'm still trying to get the locks so I can do the other one, but I don't have enough locks to be able to do it in the time frame that they want, because I don't have those kind of locks that I can pull it off. But yeah, people just got to throw fits sometimes, I guess. So yeah. And sometimes you just gotta, I don't know. I love their pinning mat. It's my favorite pinning mat. It's the only pinning mat I've got, but of course it's my favorite. But, yeah. Yeah, I like Sandman. The conversations I've had with him, I've had some people, that really have kind of ragged on the guy and don't care for him. But I've not had a bad experience with him. I've never had him be rude or unruly or anything. He's been a very nice guy. So I've enjoyed it. I would love a chance to get down there and join one of their meetups and meet some of the people down there. Yeah, he gives out crap all the time at his meetups that he does. I wish I were closer so I could go enjoy one of those. Someday I wouldn't mind traveling down there just to attend one. Probably never happen, but it would be fun. He's got a serious in with Multipick and does a lot of stuff for them. Oh, Lady Lux, good morning. How are ya? Holy Toledo. I better go buy a lottery ticket. She showed up. She made it. It's early in the morning. You missed our giveaway time, though. I already ran my giveaway today. Mr. Wild Billiam is the winner of these titanium blue anodized pocket rakes in a little case. How cool is that? We just been cussing and discussing a little bit of everything like we usually do, right? DEF CON in Austin. That'd be cool. They do a DEF CON in Austin? I did not realize that. Huh. I was thinking for next year I might look at just doing DEF CON and not doing Black Hat. I think there was more to learn at DEF CON than Black Hat. Right? Those are beautiful, beautifully done. So you miss everything. Yeah, well, you snooze, you lose, right? That's how that works. We were talking about, lots of different things. The Masterlock 3D printed case. Found a different model. I'm going to modify and alter a little bit. It's a little bit bigger, but it's a 4-screw. It might secure things in a little bit better, but I want to tweak it because it's not a pin retaining, so you can still rattle it with that one, where this one you can't rattle the case. Nah, Black Hat is more sales pitchy, man. Everything at Black Hat is sales pitch, trying to sell products and spending time more with vendors. Where DEF CON, you get hands-on. There's hands-on labs everywhere at DEF CON. I'll definitely do DEF CON again because that was really cool. Black Hat is just get bombarded with sales. I've gone twice now to Black Hat. I think I'll skip it again. I get enough sales calls and pitchy stuff as it is. And there's still some of that at Black Hat, but not, or at DEF CON rather, but there's so much more hands-on stuff, man. It was really cool to see all the crap that they had there. Yeah, DEF CON's awesome. DEF CON is amazing. This was my first year doing that one, and it was hella fun. But my old body let me know that it was not happy with that. My knee has been a problem forever. I destroyed it early on in my law enforcement career at the Law Enforcement Academy. And I've been running bone on bone in that thing for close to 20 years. And yeah, it was not happy by the end of Black Hat and DEF CON both, because I did both conferences this year. So I'm going in next month for a knee replacement. Finally, I've been putting it off forever. Back when I originally destroyed my knee, I was down at the Law Enforcement Academy and was wrestling with a guy, and he threw some Roman Greco throw on me. And when he got done, let's see here, I was laying on the ground. Here was my right leg. Here was my left leg. From the knee over was like that. 3 ligaments and 2 tendons completely detached from the knee, dislocated from the joint both above and below. The muscle in the side of my thigh was a ball at the top of my thigh. It was not a fun time. Let's just put it that way. I spent, I was out for about 8 months before I got to go back to work after that one. And then they fixed it, and yeah, a year and a half later, I was back to running again. wrestling injury at a law enforcement academy. And then I was working in IT, and I got down underneath somebody's desk working on somebody, and something I got up from underneath the desk, and it let out a loud crack, ripped the meniscus out of my knee, so I had to go in and have surgery, and they had to remove the meniscus out of there. So it's been bone on bone ever since. So now it's all packed full of arthritis and nasty, so yuck. Yeah, I made quite the transition. I went from law enforcement to IT. Yeah, I wish I could still run too. I used to enjoy it. When I got out of college, well, I'm 6'1". I got out of college, I was 225, and I was running a 6-minute mile, and I could hold that pace for 6 miles. I was a running fool back then. I can still walk pretty good, but after a while, yeah, the knee gets a little sore. It starts complaining. So, God, this lock. Yeah, so I'll get one new one next month. We'll see how that goes. See what the recovery looks like. So I may have a week or two in there that I won't be doing any lives while I'm recovering. We'll see. I mean, I'll have a lot of time laying on my ass doing nothing, so I'll definitely be picking locks. And yeah, I could not run worth a crap in high school. Military, basic, and such, that helped me a little bit. I went to college for law enforcement, and holy cow, man, we had PT every day for 2 hours, and we would run anywhere from 2 to as much as 10 miles. And man, I was a screaming runner. I know right after I came out to Wyoming and started my job, one of the first calls that I ever went to was a fight. And I pulled up on this fight, and this one kid broke away from the group and took off running into a park. And I took off after him. I was gaining on him, closing the gap, going through this park. About halfway through the park, there's a big concrete drainage ditch. And he piled jump in that ditch. And I'm right behind him at that point jumping. He didn't quite make it, and he hit the dirt on the other side. Man, I piled into that poor kid. It had to have hurt. I'd come dragging him back, come up there, and these other kids are like, how the hell did you catch him? He's the state champion cross-country runner. I said, well, if he's your guys' state champion, you guys need to step up your game. But then after I destroyed my knee, that kind of brought all that to a halt. Oh, Orgus, you won Nick's giveaway. Outstanding. Congratulations, my dude. Man, I was kind of hoping on that one because I would love to get a set of those custom picks for lever locks. I got these ones that he sent me, but I have absolutely no idea how the heck to use them. Yeah, I'm not really built for running, so the fact that I was able to do that back then, I got long legs, but I'm not a little dude. You get somebody my size moving, it's a pain. Yeah, that's what they said. He was a state champion, and I was just like, well, he's pretty slow. He needs to step it up. Yeah, that is outstanding, sir. Hey, luck picking llama, how the heck are you this morning? That was, man, he had a heck of a prize pack on that one, so congratulations. That is excellent, excellent stuff. I need to look up those lever lock picks because I wouldn't mind playing more with the lever locks. I have one lever lock back here that I got from Nick's Picks when I won his last giveaway. And then I have this cheapy imitation one that I bought. But I don't have the tools to pick this one, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, he had another one going. I didn't know he had 2 giveaways going. I only remember the one, the 2-hander. What was the other one? What was he giving away on that one? What did you win? Please fill us in. Right? I was going, man, did it run out? Yeah, you got to get after it there, Lady Locks. Get that one done. That was one where you could do it with the handcuffs on. Get after it. Right, I do too. I get busy and I fall behind on things all the time. Speaking of which, I want to show these, and I want to see if anybody has any wise words of wisdom for me. So I got these lovely pair of handcuffs. These are Peerless Model 300s. I can show them, but I cannot get in here and pick the pawl open on this thing. It drives me insane. I have destroyed picks now trying to do it. It is so stiff. There, I'm getting it to move, but it's like I can't get it down far enough to open them. Yeah, I like doing some of those giveaway videos too. It's a lot of fun. I get these on, and man, that is just the stiffest hunkin' pawl I've ever seen. Yeah, you'll be doing it cuffed. Yeah, I did it cuffed. So let's see. Can I get in there? Ooh, see, look at that. It's just. I just can't do it. Anybody got any tips or tricks on one of these? Anybody have any experience with these? They're an older set of cuffs. They don't make them anymore. The tolerances are quite impressive. Look at that. I just can't. Yeah, look what I did with my pick. Man, I would think these would be pretty well worn in because I think these are from like the. I think these are what I first carried in my first law enforcement job, so probably 80s. Got some pretty good scratching. I don't know what somebody did to that, but I want to get a new pair of the Peerless 700s. But these are especially painful. I mean, they're so bad. I 3D printed and built my own extended key, and I glued the key piece in here. And these are so freaking tight that it broke the glue in there, so you take that apart and redo it. So you try and get in there now, and it'll do it, but the handle's just turning. So I need to re-glue it. Maybe, I don't know if I can. Yeah, they are some tight keys, tight stuff. Yeah, I need to find some better glue, I guess, and redo this. Oh man, it is really stiff, and one side is definitely worse than the other. So I can use these. See, look at that. I can't even turn that. Just can't get in there. And they're I think they've improved or gotten worse over the years because the tolerances are so tight on these. They are even tough to get in there with a shim. I mean, it is incredible how tight these things are. What do I got in here? My little mini keys, bobby pins. Here's some shims. Yeah, man, it was crazy. So they at DEF CON, there was a booth down there that was selling a bunch of some oddball picking gear. I don't know where they had got it from, but they were selling stuff anyway. And one of the things that they had were Smith & Wesson handcuffs, which, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with that. They're not bad handcuffs. They were charging $50 a pair for basically what are $20 handcuffs. Hey, look at that. See these? You can shim these. So I can do it that way, as long as you don't have the double lock done. I can pick the double lock pretty easy, but it's just trying to pick the pawl open. It is so tight, it's crazy. But anyway, they were charging just an ungodly rate for those stupid handcuffs, and people were buying them up like crazy. They made serious bank on those handcuffs they were selling. I'm gonna leave those out because I want to fix that. I want to fix that key. Find some different glue to re-glue it. West Palm Gun Club Jail, right across the street from Mar-a-Lago. What do you mean by gun club jail? What the heck does that mean? But I want to figure out how I can pick and use those so I can use these Peerless a little bit more, but they're tough. So I guess in the meantime, I'll just have to go back to my good old Viper Techs or my Bulldog Tactical Cuffs when I do the Shackleman stuff until I get a good pair of. I want to get a set of the Peerless, probably get them from Southern Specialties so I can get them engraved. That's the name, huh? West Palm Gun Club Jail. Well, that sounds like a fun place to go shooting. I wouldn't mind getting a set of hinged as well. Someday, right? Someday. Too many goodies that I want, not enough money to get the goodies. Just not enough money. That's the problem. Yeah, that's kind of like the neighborhood that I live in is that way. So I live on Seiko Drive, right? Seiko rifles. And yeah, there's Marlin, Derringer, Winchester, all kinds of different names in this neighborhood. It worked out perfect moving here because I am a little bit of a gun nut. PB Sheriff's Office has a range there. Awesome. It's kind of comical. We have a gun range here that I'm a member of and use. And it's actually, let's see, where's my other one? It's actually inside city limits that we have a gun range that has out to 200-yard targets. They've got a lease from the city to be able to keep it there, so it's pretty cool. It's not half bad. I hear some places, I don't know about you guys, what it costs for gun club memberships, but I hear some places are just ridiculous. Ours went up quite a bit from where it was, but I think we're $100 a year for a membership, which is not bad, I don't think. It's got archery range, got trap shooting, everything from 10 yard to 50 yard, then you have 100 yard and 200 yard. And then a really nice clubhouse that we can use. I've used that for some of our preparedness meetings and stuff out there. So I shoot a little bit of everything, Llama. I do pistol shooting. I do long range shooting. So I have a couple long range rifle setups. I do shotgun. I was on a trap league this year. We actually tied for first place, so we had to go do a shoot off last night, waiting to see how that comes. If we won or lost, I have a feeling the way we shot last night, we probably lost, but that was a lot of fun. Pistol's a good time. I have a couple ARs. I have an AK, so I do a lot of tactical style shooting stuff as well. Pretty much anything, man. Pistol, I used to do a lot of 22 competition shooting with 22 pistols. 9 mils, 45s, yeah, you name it. You name it. Long range, the longest shot I've done was at 1 mile. I've got a rifle of my own now that I'm trying to build up my ballistics to try and get out to 1 mile with it. 1,000 yards, I've got a rifle that I shoot out to 1,000 quite a bit with that. So, yeah, a little bit of everything. It's fun. Yeah, we're a no permit required carry state here as well. So constitutional carry, I guess is what they call it. I do have my permit just so that way I have cross state compatibility. I need to find some locks that I can use these on to try out. I don't think I have anything that I can do like that. Gave them all to my son-in-law so he could learn picking. I don't know if he's messing with picking. I think he's too busy with 3D printing at this point to mess with much of that. But yeah, I like to play. I like to shoot. Like I said, I'll shoot anything I can get my hands on because it's fun. I've done some custom firearm build classes and learn how to make some things. And I do a little bit of gunsmithing here and there. I've done some trigger jobs for some people. Yeah, that's usually why I keep mine, is because of cross-state stuff. The only problem I've got there is when I go back home to visit family, my permit is not good there. Yeah, I actually, when I first was in law enforcement here in Wyoming, that's what I carried, was a GP 100, and I wish I would have never got rid of it. I sold it after we got out because I needed money, and I wish I wouldn't have, because good lord, that was a beautiful pistol and absolutely amazing to shoot. Absolutely incredible gun. Yeah, I don't think you can find a much nicer revolver than a GP 100. Yeah, it's a little ways out there. It's a little ways out there. I was shooting just a steel target. It took me 2 rounds to hit the steel, but I was pretty doggone impressed. I was pretty happy. It was fun. I've never messed with the shields. I've picked up and held a couple of them, and I don't know. And I've heard they're really good guns. The only experience I've ever had with Smith and Wesson semi-autos were back in the late 80s, early 90s days, and God, they were just junk. But I've heard the shield is really good. Oh, let's see. I think you have that backwards there, Orgus. It is 0.6 miles is 1 kilometer. So 2 miles would be 3.2 kilometers. Um, all right, Mr. Mark Carter, thank you for dropping by. Hit the like on your way out if you would. And you have a wonderful day at work. So I've got yeah, don't know what I was saying. Hell, I lost it. Brain fart. It's gone. I'm going to figure this lock out. If it's the death of me, I'm going to figure this lock out. Yep. 5,280 feet. Yep. The longest shot I've taken on anything living, 980 yards on a rock chuck, which I don't know if you're familiar with a rock chuck, but be about the size of one of these pinning mats. I like the challenge, right, of trying to do that kind of thing and see what I can do. The one rifle I'm working on that I want to take to a mile right now, the hand load I have with it, I'm shooting about 1 inch to maybe just slightly under 1 inch groups with that thing at 200 yards. So it's the accuracy is there. Now I just got to get the ballistics all put together to be able to try and see if I have enough optics to get there. I think I can. I think I can do it. I think I can. Yeah, it's kind of like a groundhog, maybe a little bit bigger than a groundhog. They've got them up in Montana all over the place, climbing around in the rocks and the mountains. Kind of like groundhog, or like we have here, prairie dogs. Just a bigger version. I once pretended I shot a slug 500 yards. Oh, that's funny. Rocco's supposed to have some guns and ammo stuff too. Yeah. I thought about doing some of that kind of content, but man, YouTube makes that so fussy and picky that if I did that, it'd probably all just be over on my Rumble channel. Yeah, the record confirmed kill shot is stupid far out there, man. Oh, oof. But some of the rifles that they're using for that stuff are absolutely insane. You start getting into the stuff that costs you $8-10 a round. Yeah, I think it was a Canadian guy that has the record right now. Yeah. And yeah, it was a crazy long ways out. See, I just cannot consistently get opens on this thing. Was it a Barrett 50? I wasn't sure if it was a Barrett or a 50 cal or if it was one of those Shytacks. Yeah, the delay's quite a bit. Gives you time to get back on and watch and see where your round goes. Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, not only the curve of the Earth, you also have to calculate in when you're shooting that far, the rotation of the Earth will cause bullet drift at those kind of distances. Well, there's quite a few that'll shoot better than a Barrett, but the Barrett's a good gun. Don't get me wrong, and the 50 cal is an amazing round. But there's some of them out there now that are outperforming that by a considerable chunk as far as accuracy goes. If you've never looked up the Shytac rifles, holy Toledo, those things are ridiculous. I think it's the M200 is what they use a lot for that kind of thing. And the calibers are incredible. And I do believe, let me just verify this. Giveaway rules. Shytac USA is based in West Tennessee. Yeah, the M200 Intervention. What a rifle. What calibers they've got. Those things are just stupidly huge and fast and high velocity, and it's ridiculous. Let's see. The 408 Shytac shoots a 419 grain bullet. Yeah, I've got my two main rifles. I've got a 308, and then I have a 6.5 Creedmoor now. Yeah, that's crazy stuff, dude. Crazy stuff. Well, guys, I am going to have to drop out of here. I've got a bunch of things to get done before I go. Yeah, I don't mind Remington rifles. Again, with me being a left-hander, they're not bad. I like the Savage rifles as well. Out of the box, Savage accuracy is pretty freaking hard to beat. Remington makes a good gun. There's a lot of really good gun manufacturers out there anymore. Yeah, that 408 Shytac is stupid big bullet. Yep, I like plinking a lot. So I've got my 22 pistols, and I like playing with those. I've got a couple 22 rifles, and they're fun to just go out and play with. And roll a tin can around with or something, you know. We've got a gun range out here that he's got. I'd like to go out there sometime. The furthest target he's got is 3,000 yards. I don't have anything that can do that. Now, when it comes to shotgun, you know, Remington 870 is a hard one to beat. It doesn't work with a hoot for me because, again, I'm a left-hander, so the crossbolt safety sucks. That's why I prefer the Mossberg, because it has the tang-mounted safety up top. That just works better for a lefty. But, yeah. Right? Like I said, I hope to have those on the store next week. As soon as I get them in, I'll have them up and listed, the deeps. I only ordered 10 sets, so first to get them will be the first to get them, kind of a thing. We'll see where it goes from there. You guys have a marvelous day. Yeah, thank you for hopping on, Mr. Mountain Man. You guys have an outstanding honking weekend, and we will see you next time. Peace out, everybody.